This is how you can finally break your covenant with the narcissist's entity. Today, we're getting real about a tough subject: breaking free from the hold of a narcissist. This bond, this tight knot tying you to them, it's like being in chains. But trust me, untangling yourself from it is the first step toward regaining your freedom and finding joy again. In this video, we're digging into what this bond really means, why it's such a struggle to break, and most importantly, how you can reclaim your power and kickstart your journey to healing. Stick around till the end, because I've got a nugget of wisdom that can turbocharge your recovery. So let's jump right in. Alright, let's get real about narcissists. I usually dive into the spiritual side of things with these relationships because they're not your usual run-of-the-mill stuff. Sure, psychology can explain why people get trapped in these toxic cycles, but there's a deeper layer here that's hard to put into words. Negative vibes are swirling around, making it hard for folks to shake off the narcissist's influence even after they've parted ways. Let's unpack that a bit. Alright, let's break down this whole covenant with a narcissist thing. It's not your typical relationship vibe. It's more like signing up for a lifelong commitment, but with way higher stakes. This bond runs deep, like a blood pact, and that's why it's so tough to shake off. Even the brightest bulbs, like doctors or astronauts, can get roped into these relationships. It's not about being clueless. It's about hitting on something deep within us, maybe stuff from our childhood that never got sorted out. The narcissist zeroes in on that vulnerability, that part of us still craving love and attention, and they exploit it, offering up affection and care like a parent would. In the beginning, when the narcissist is all about you, asking about your thoughts and feelings, it feels like they're filling a void you didn't even know existed. It's like finally getting something you've been missing your whole life, and it's addictive. You know the relationship is a bit funky, but it's also fulfilling a deep need inside you. It's like they're handing you the kind of love you always wished for, but never quite got as a kid, and that's hard to resist. So, when you're with a narcissist, there's this moment when everything feels fantastic. You feel like you're on cloud 9, untouchable. And the narcissists, they're all about it. It's like you've got this special connection, even if you're not totally on the same page about what the relationship is all about. But in that moment, you're getting something crucial: a boost of confidence, feeling appreciated, and finally being heard and valued. It's like stepping into a lush garden and blossoming into your true self. Alright, let's dive into the part where things take a nosedive. So, you've unwittingly entered this unspoken agreement with the narcissist, thinking you've struck gold with unconditional love. But reality check, the relationship dynamics starts to shift. Suddenly, you're bending over backward to please them, seeking their approval, and doing everything in your power to keep them happy. But the more you try, the more they distance themselves, leaving you feeling inadequate. You end up doing all the heavy lifting, meeting their needs, loaning them cash, even doing their dirty work, while they sit back and call the shots. What seemed like a dreamy romance quickly morphs into a living nightmare. The narcissist takes on this role of judge and jury, constantly critiquing and controlling you, making you feel like you're perpetually falling short. It's a complete flip from what you signed up for, and it leaves you feeling adrift, always striving to please someone who couldn't care less about you. It's like being caught in a whirlwind of madness, where no matter what you do, it's never enough. And it's a far cry from the lovey-dovey vibes you felt at the start. Now let's talk damage control. Step 1. Realize that the narcissist isn't your ticket to happiness and fulfillment. That initial buzz of bliss you felt. Yeah, it was all smoke and mirrors. It's like you made a deal with the devil, except the devil was a smooth-talking charmer you ended up cozying up to. I know, it sounds eerie, but hear me out. The bond you formed with them feels almost womb-like, it's that deep. And that's why breaking free from their grip, even when you know they're toxic, feels like trying to escape your mom's womb. It's daunting, to say the least. You're the one holding the key to break free from the narcissist's grip. They won't let go voluntarily. Why would they when they're reaping all the benefits? They dangled the carrot of love and fulfillment in front of you, but it was all a facade. They knew exactly what they were doing. stacking the deck in their favor. And even if they've moved on to greener pastures, mark my words, they'll come sinking back. Why? Because they need their fix of attention and praise to keep their fragile ego from shattering. Picture this. You were just another pawn in their game, a tool to boost their fake image. But guess what? You don't have to play that role anymore. You can break free and find genuine happiness without their toxic influence. It won't be a walk in the park. But trust me, it's worth it to reclaim your life from their clutches. Now, let's talk long term. You might go through a rough patch for a while, weeks, months, maybe even years. But mark my words, the narcissists will reappear. They'll come sniffing around when they're low on attention, just to make sure they still have a hold on you. They want reassurance that you're still waiting for them, still susceptible to their manipulation. Here's the thing about narcissists. They rewrite history to suit their narrative. Their truth is as fluid as a river. It changes based on their whims. They'll say one thing today and the complete opposite tomorrow, all to serve their agenda. Trying to make sense of their behavior using your own logic? Forget about it. These folks operate on a whole different wavelength. If you want clarity, you've got to see things through their twisted lens. But here's the kicker. Even if you break free from their clutches and see them for who they truly are, they'll keep coming back. In their eyes, you're just an extension of themselves, and they'll never own up to their actions. It's always someone else's fault in their book. They strut around like they own you, as if they can waltz back into your life whenever they please, expecting you to greet them with open arms. They've dubbed themselves so deep into your psyche, your spirit, your very essence, that they think they're a permanent fixture in your existence. But that's just smoke and mirrors, a spell only you have the power to break. You can cut all cords with them, shatter the illusion they spun around you. They want you to believe they hold all the power, that they're the ones pulling the strings on whether they stay or go in your life. They want you to think you're incomplete without them, unable to find the joy you once had when they first swept you off your feet. But listen up. You're here, tuning into this video or reading up on narcissistic abuse because you've weathered storms with one of these manipulators. That's not a sign of weakness. It's a testament to your compassion and goodness. You poured your heart into them, and still they had the nerve to claim you weren't enough. They'll try to make it seem like they're doing you a favor by stepping away, suggesting you need time to work on yourself before they'll even think about returning. It's all part of their game, a ploy to keep you dangling, waiting for their eventual comeback. But don't take the bait. You're worth far more than that. You don't require their validation to understand your own value. So bid them farewell and focus on rebuilding yourself sans their poisonous influence holding you back. They've got this air of invincibility around them. It's like they thrive on having power and control, like it's their oxygen. Without it, they'd be like a fish out of water. It's what keeps them moving forward, pushing boundaries others wouldn't even dare to touch. Sometimes it works out for them. They take risks that pay off, maybe even achieving things others could only dream of. But most times they crash and burn because they're blind to the fallout of their actions. Even when they've hit rock bottom, they're convinced they can bounce back from anything. They'll keep circling back, knocking on your door, believing they can win you over once more. And if you don't let them in, they'll persist, maybe even resorting to stalking. But here's the kicker. You're the one with the power to end this cycle. You're the one who can slam the door shut for good. They'll also come sniffing around if they see you flourishing without them. Maybe you found success or discovered a newfound sense of independence. That's a threat to their control, and they won't stand for it. They'll try to bring you down, to exploit your vulnerabilities, to make you second-guess yourself once again. But don't give in. Stand strong in your newfound resilience, and don't give them the satisfaction of seeing you stumble. They'll only come back if they see something to gain, or if they feel the need to assert their dominance over you once more. Don't fall for their games. You're better off without them. The secret to breaking free from a narcissist and speeding up your healing lies in two fundamental truths. If you fully embrace these, you'll find your way to liberation, faster recovery, and ultimately, complete restoration. This will lead you to your true purpose, bringing you even more joy and fulfillment than you ever experienced during the good times with the narcissist. And guess what? The key isn't something external. It's right there within you. Narcissists want you to think that your happiness and worth come from them, like they're the key to everything good in your life. They'd feed off that idea because deep down, they're empty. They don't have that inner peace or happiness, so they try to snatch it from others. But let's get real. Healing starts when you understand who you are and see the narcissists for who they truly are. It's about embracing yourself, even the vulnerable parts, and knowing that you've grown stronger through the pain they caused. You've faced some tough stuff and come out the other side with a deeper understanding of yourself and your purpose. Now you can blend your inner child with your grown-up self and know that you've got what it takes to be okay. The strength you need, it's already in you, and here's the kicker. The narcissist actually needs you more than you need them. When they toss you aside, they want you to believe that you're nothing without them, that you're the one who needs them. They'll even move on to someone else real quick to drive that point home. But it's all smoke and mirrors. Once you see through their game and start taking care of yourself, showing yourself some love, and surrounding yourself with genuine people, you'll realize the truth. The power was with you all along. They need you to buy into their lies, but you don't have to play their game anymore. Once you realize that you're the one holding the cards, everything changes. Breaking away from the narcissist's grip is the best thing you can do for yourself. They rely on you to keep their twisted game going, but you don't have to play along anymore. And hey, if you're struggling with thoughts of the narcissist creeping into your mind every day, know that it's all part of the journey. It takes time to untangle yourself from their web. But with each bit of truth you uncover and every act of self-care you indulge in, you're reclaiming your power. You're on your way to breaking free from their hold, stronger and more whole than before. So if you found this video helpful, show some love by giving it a thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button, and dropping your thoughts in the comments. And if you need more support, check out the resources in the description. Thanks for tuning in, and take care of yourself.